wonderful people, friends from the internet. We're back. Working. Everything's working, more or less. So, did a little mining off camera, as they say. And, well, here's where we're at. Basically, I said, hey, ChatGPT, I said, make me a new one. It's not working. So ChatGPT said, no problem. Will do. Here you go. And so, well, other than a bug I think I just introduced, here we have it. This is all in one file. So, well, you have a game file and a code file, but we're basically all in one file. Let me move myself a little bit better spot. There we go. That's not very important for you to know about. So anyway, we have a game file, HTML file, and then we have all of our code over here in a JavaScript file. It's really straightforward. Although we do have an issue at line 184. 184. Oh. I was just typing stuff and I had. Okay, so. It works. Okay. And while I was at it, I also had ChatGPT make these little guys. I just said, write an SVG that draws a player and an enemy. So it works. Success. But this isn't the old system it made. This is a new system. I never did figure out how the old system was supposed to work, like how ChatGPT thought it worked, because it didn't. So anyway, this one I'm pretty happy with it. No, I don't think there's any point. You declare your entity. You add your components. You game your systems to the game. Create your entities. Add your components to the entities. And then you run it in the game loop. You can also remove components from entities and all that fun stuff, but as you can see, if you're in here, every time I press a key, it outputs a motion. I even had it make this input mapping right here. So the input mapping allows me to convert or map names of inputs to the key code. I don't know if I can do multiple mappings. I would have to ask. Can I map keys to the same input, or will that it's the same? Yeah. Or will that break something? Like it's a and ChatGPT error occurred. Okay. That's okay. I don't need you to maintain context. We could start over. All right. Now I'm kind of not sure where I want to go from here, to be honest. Oh well. I still need to break this apart into multiple systems. I still need to make the graphics, the render system, a lot more robust. I want to be able to render text. I want to be able to render, I want to be able to add cameras to it. I would like to be able to render, do sprite rendering, so animated sprites. And I have an idea for a sprite sheet. Another way of making a sprite sheet, well, making a sprite sheet where the frame, where it's a grid of frames instead of just a strip. And this might be your walk sequence, and then this might be your run sequence, this might be your jump sequence. But each one corresponds, so I can move in any direction, not necessarily just one spot this way. So I could say I'm walking and I need to move to a run. I just drop down a row in the sprites, right? I need to move to a jump. That might not work for everything. So anyway, as I talk through it, it probably doesn't work so well. That's okay. All right. 11:30. I'm just now getting started. If you joined me yesterday, you know I was whining about my text editor. So today I did a bit of poking around on the internet, and I found, poking around. I asked ChatGPT what some good text editors are with context highlighting and code folding and tabbed editing. So for the time being, I'm using Genie. Although the one thing I don't like is if I highlight player, it doesn't highlight all the other instances of player. So I can probably find a way to turn that on. It seems like it's got a lot of options, but I haven't gotten there yet. I also downloaded Kate. It kind of does the same things, and I can also break up things apart into a split vertical and split horizontal. So that's something I've used in other instances before. Let's see. What am I looking for? This guy here. Just open all those. I may actually switch to this one. It lets me pull that around. I don't know if it has a symbol. Where did that go? I don't know if it has a symbol. File systems projects. Anyway, that's another. I'm trying this one today. I'll try the other one tomorrow or next time. We'll see how we feel. So two things I want to do, I guess. One is I want to start breaking these out into more files. Because we're going to do a control A, control C, and we're going to paste this into here. Give ChatGPT all the context it needs, and I'm going to ask it to break it apart into modules for me. I like how it starts with certainly. I didn't ask it a question. I just pasted a bunch of code in. Oh, it's going to tell me how I might use it in the game. Or the input system. Yeah, the input system works. I don't I don't understand. Yeah, that's great. Can you break this into modules that make sense? Because I don't feel like it. Okay? Okay, I guess components are part of Eneitys, so it kind of makes sense to put that together. They don't actually have a system, so I might just put those all in the game. I want to extend the sprite or expand the sprite component. Well, so see how smart this one's continuous. I'll tell you what, sometimes ChatGPT does a great job with continuous. This looks like this one's doing a good job. And then other times it's just like, but I'm going to rewrite the whole answer. Nope, rewrite the whole answer. What? The buffer's not long enough? That's okay. I'm going to rewrite the whole answer anyway. Okay. Okay, here we go. Might as well start copying this over. Copy code. Save as. I actually want this under ChatGPT. No. GPTG. Okay. And then this one is. Okay. And now copy this code. Did they call it a transform component in here? Yeah. I mean, that's a good name for it. And if you're wondering why I'm bothering breaking it out, for me, I find that it can be easier to work on these things when they're in smaller, especially like as I'm expanding and the engine as I'm working with ChatGPT. Smaller the piece that I'm building on, the better. And here, it's not really done a good job of breaking these apart. It's just got the physics component. I'm going to have to go through all of these to make this work. It's not done any of the correct includes. No, it's okay. It hasn't really. It hasn't done a good job. That's what it boils down to. save as. So I just have to pay attention as I bring in new files and make sure they don't already exist. Copy the code. I'm actually going to put that in the physics component or physics class. Copy the game code. It's going to go in a new one. Save as. Okay, that's really annoying. Rendered. I have a render already. No, that's our. No. That's the render system. I should have a render component already. I don't already yet have a render component, so. Okay. Oh, because it uses like the sprite and the other one. I guess I can keep those separate. Yeah, I'm not sure how much of this isn't just extra filler that I'm doing. Why? You gotta click on it twice, I guess. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. Okay. Yeah, I am aware of that. Save. Just save all? Save all open files. Okay. Now, I did all that. Now we're going to come back over here to code. Because that's all working. While I was doing all that, I thought of another thing I want to try. Did I? Yeah, right, some SVG for platforms. Don't just make a rectangle. Oh, no, that's fail. I'm not even good. They're the same size as the guy. Yeah, that's not gonna cut it. Okay. I mean, it's placeholder. It's, yeah, placeholder stuff. I guess I can use it. Wait, we got this giant block for a. hold on. Why? All right, we're going to make this be 200, and then we're going to make this be 200 by 200. Save. Close that. Reopen it. Okay. Sorry, one more thing to do here. Let's discard changes. 0. Why? Do you think I would do it that way? Yeah, or ChatGPT? Like, why would you make a platform that starts in the middle of this thing? Yeah, this is bad all the way around. Hold on, let me kill this. Width, height, 0, 0. I could have just made a block too. That's really all I need. I need something I can have the guy stop when he hits it. All right, way too much work for something simple. For now, I just want these two simple bits of code. And floor is a new entity. Does it still let me do? No. What did I call it? I think I called it platform. So much for consistent naming. Yeah. Okay, platforms don't do it, but actually, enemies don't take inputs either. The floor does not receive physics, so I don't think it needs a physics component. It needs to exist. It needs to be drawn. We're going to move it down about 400, and we'll put it at x0. Okay. So now a quick reload. Floor is not defined. Yeah. Floor. Oh. Okay, so we do have a platform. We have a guy. We have another guy. Um. Okay, so now I want to make a collision component. So let's collapse that. I don't need it. Input, render, physics. We'll go after the physics component. Uh, well, I'll just tell it. Write me a forget the spelling. It knows what I mean. I'm struggling here to let it write the code. Like, I really want to write the code. Okay. Component. It's writing collision system. Good. Fantastic. Let me get over here. You don't care what's going on over there. Okay. I think all I really want to do note that the collision system does not take into account the position of the entities. You need to add a transform component to each entity and use the X and Y properties to determine the position for the collision box. Yes, that's exactly what I had in mind. Okay. And then it broke, and so it's recompleting. So we have a collision component, so we're going to copy this code. We're going to throw it in here at the bottom of the components list, because that's good organization, right? Yeah, I'm happy with it. It's done good. Yeah, so we just say game.add system new physics system. Collision system. Yeah. So yeah. Okay, so that should add the collision system. How did I do it before? Oh, I did. Yeah. Okay. And we have to handle the collision, which I think we just turn on a collision flag. No, we have to have like a list of things it's collided with and add it to the list. And then when their physics is processed, it can say, oh, I had a collision. Now what do I need to do? I think I can defer it that way and get away with it. Because it should always run in the same order. Physics will run. It stores its vector, which direction it's going. It knows what it's collided with. I don't know. We may want to resolve sometimes. We have different ways we want to resolve it. Okay. I guess now we ask ChatGPT to write us some code. Yeah, 'cause physics can check if there's been any collisions and then go back and deal with it. I guess I have to decide, because really I should run physics on it. Check for collisions. Normally that's part of physics. Yeah, check for collisions and then deal with it. The other option is I can check if it will collide by looking at the next position of both objects. So, can we take account where the objects will be? No, I don't want to do that. You just want to run collision last, and then reprocess through. If we simulate physics, something happens. Oh, I don't know. I gotta take a run real quick. Not a little run. I'll be right back. And I am back. So, hey Carlos, I see you're here. Apparently, YouTube chat doesn't work right in OBS on Linux. The short answer to did I fix it is sort of. And yeah, I just had it write me a whole new system. It took a whole, I don't know, 20 minutes to have it write it and fix like 2 minor bugs. And draw and test, and it messed up the input system, but other than that, it did a good job. So I was just trying to get it to work with collisions now, as you've seen. I'm just debating if I really want to dig into this. This detects them. I think I really want to work on rendering more because rendering is important. So I think I will set up or ask it. Yeah, I'll say I want it to make a animated sprite. Be able to render sprites. Yes. Roll that up. Roll that up. Okay, so we're going to come in here after the sprite. Yeah, but you don't put the update in the component. Frame width, frame height, frame count, frame rate. Okay, that's fine. We just will move this into the render function. Yeah. I guess I need a render component that tells it what kind of a render it needs to do. And then it can contextually run the renderer. Apparently I had a bit of network issues. Update entities. Canvas 2D. Okay, if it has animated sprite, and what if it has a non-animated sprite though? I mean, I guess non-animated sprite just has a frame rate of 0. Okay. This all mostly works. There's just... Yeah, it's transform. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I need to find out if it hasn't. It's probably best to just have a render component. If I have types of renders. Hey. Sprite. Animated sprite. Square. Circle. Line. Text. Oh, would I best? I mean, how I would do it. How would you do it? I would add a basic render component. Shape component. Okay, the shape component extends the type and color. I'm actually more interested in how you're going to format or write the render system. Okay, so we're saying does it have a shape? So if it had sprite and transform and appear, okay, I guess that makes sense. I think I check for transform and then I just start checking for does it have shape? Does it have sprite? Does it have line? Does it have... All entities, both shape component and transform component uses a switch. Yeah. Okay. I want the to be able to so it can handle our sprites, animated sprites, shapes, lines, and text. There we go. Sprite render. Good. Ah, didn't finish though. Continue. How did you get into that? Okay, so sprite. I should change it, or ask it to change it so it has an animation component. No, it's probably too complex. Or I probably can't abstract that. I probably could. You probably actually could abstract at least some amount of animation information. ChatGPT's struggling with finishing things. I might have to tell it to continue from where you left off. Yeah, just keep starting over, and that's always a bad sign. Like, I probably have enough to patch it together, but that's no fun. Not in the spirit of the challenge. Has shape component and transform component. Do the circle bit, do the square bit. Come on, you can do it. Okay. Certainly, here's the rest. No, that's not where you left off. Oh, GPT. Yeah, it's okay. Certainly. You're killing me, GPT chat. You're killing me. Draw the circular. This is current. Oh. Keep over. Start. Where are you? left off. Thank you. Okay, now I'm fairly confident I'll be able to. Copy and paste this back in. Copy the code. Okay. This updated render system class is able to render sprites, animated sprites, shapes, lines, and text by checking for the presence of corresponding components on each entity. Okay, so text. Text. Oh, the text component should have text in it, yeah? We don't have a text component though because it never made us one. It only made us all the other ones. And on top of that, okay, we can delete that old render system code now. Animated sprite. Okay, so where is our more shape component? Okay, there's our shape component. Okay, and I guess I can just look, but I'll have it write me the text. And want you each of the components for me. Of the render components for me. I guess like certainly. Sprite component URL. Animated sprite. URL frame. Yep. Shape has a name, a type, and a color. Line has a line, color, and a width. Text. Content, font size, color, align. Okay. So when we do the shape component or the shapes, how do they know what size to be drawn or rendered? Shape component, line component, and text component. Hey, kiddo. Okay. How do the shape and know how big to draw? The transform component doesn't know about size, it only knows about the X and Y. Let's go look at the render system itself and see. Okay. If it's a sprite, we're going to use that information. If it's an animated sprite, we'll use this information. If it's a line, we'll use the line component. Move to transform X. Okay, so it thinks that we've added. It thinks the transform component has more information than it does, which it might make sense to add that to the transform component, but currently it's not there. Transform component only has an X and a Y. Okay. Should store the store x2, y2, and data in the line. I think. Yep. Shape component, line component. Did I miss? No, the shape line component only render components that currently store the size and dimension information rather than in class. The other render components. Okay, perfect. Okay, now the problem is I don't have an actual animated sprite to test this on. I guess we can test drawing some other shapes. Okay. Some test entities. Oh, I mean, I guess I can just. Oh, didn't finish. Under testing. Const text entity equals. There we go. Okay. Now we're gonna have a problem because there is no redeclaration of const transform component. Whoops, we've got two transform components. Okay. It says what line was that on? Line 361. Shape component. Oh, I can't reuse those like that though. Yeah, so Control Z. Okay, so that takes care of that. What was the other one? Shape component. Square entity. Square shape component. That's all I need. Should be. That everything? Nope. Redeclaration of const. What did I do with? Oh, there we go. Of const transform component 3. Oh, what is this? T transform component. T transform component. Okay, is that the last one? Collision system is not defined. Well, it's not when you spell it that way. And we don't use it anyway, but we'll still spell it properly. T text component is not defined. Wait, what? T text component. Because I put it in the wrong place, okay? T transform, and then I did it to the text instead of the transform. Hello world. Hello world. Okay. I don't know why nothing else rendered. Let's look at the code. See what I actually told it to do. Okay. What have I told you to do? Hello world. Entity. Circle entity. Everything's in the window, so that's good. We did. Oh. Yeah, it's done really messily, but That's why I didn't have that problem last time, because I added them directly. Sprite entity dot add component. Sprite entity dot add component transform component. Game dot add entity sprite entity. So we're putting in 100 and 200. So hold on real quick. Let's get rid of our enemy entity because we're render testing. And now we broke something. Game is not defined. I got rid of something too much. That's better. I are idiot sometimes. Okay. Path to image. Well, yeah, those aren't going to render anything. Square should render a square. Guys, it's debug time. Yeah, that was my soda. No, put it down there. Put it down there, please. Render time. Where's our render system code? Input system, collision system, physics system. There's a render system. Okay. So we're hitting this. I should come down to here. Context draw. Okay, so as expected, that doesn't exist, so it doesn't draw it. Let's help it out a little bit. I'm going to call this player. And then we're going to call this enemy. Let's remove that. Okay, we've got some sort of weird animated sprite going on there. We got a hello world. Okay, let's move on down. Else if it's an animated sprite. And then if it has a text component, I just like forgot about shape components. Or am I missing it? Sprite. Animated sprite. Line. Text. Okay, are you ever drawing any lines? So we're not ever drawing any lines, apparently. Okay. Looks like we're missing. I could have sworn I scrolled through and saw everything I asked for. But it was broken in half, so we have line and text. Shape got left out. Okay. It the You're correct. Here's the updated render system class that includes the code to render the shape component. Please. Just give me the if shape part. That would be nice. Okay. One more thing I want to do after this. After this, there's one more thing. Tonight, I want to add rotation and scaling. That might be more complex than I actually want to deal with, though. I don't know if you can. You got, yeah, sure. Of course you can. Just a different function call. I don't know. Scaling or rotation. Rotation is something I would like to have the ability to do. Oh, it's doing that thing it does again. Okay. I only need the part for shape rendering. Guys, that's all you left out. I mean, I can just scroll up far enough and find it. It did write it already, certainly. Here's the code for shape rendering. Thank you. It works when it works. Okay. That looks correct enough. Find the render system in here. And let's just throw this. I'm not sure why it's nested else if else in here. I mean, I guess I am. I just don't approve. I guess I can just go after this else if, right? Yeah, you can just go after that. I guess I don't have to else if them either. Okay, does that draw shapes now? Or does it crash something? I don't see a shape. No, we tested shapes. Did we? We did test shapes, right? Yeah, we tested shapes. We also tested lines, I think, though, and those aren't being rendered either shape. Type equals square.